The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580 has you covered.
That's what it's all about.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
What up, baby?
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light, see the light.
This idea of having a relationship with a friend who is a narcissist is really confusing to me, because why be friends with a narcissist?
Well, many times you didn't set out that way, right? So you got to remember, friendships are one of the most understudied, interesting, impactful human relationships we have. They don't ascribe to any of the usual rules. These are people we choose. Mm-hmm. We can have more than one of them. Mm-hmm. They can cycle in and out of our lives. We can go 2 years without speaking to them and pick up where we left off. An intimate partnership wouldn't work like that. Typically, a family member wouldn't work like that. There's a resilience and a durability to friendships that we don't see in other human relationships. They're often the healthiest space a lot of people find themselves in, because people often have more clarity of judgment with their friends than they do with intimate partners, because sometimes those bad choices come from like sort of intergenerational family of origin issues. Friendships tend to be cleaner, but friendships are also interesting in that odds are you didn't meet your husband or girlfriend or boyfriend when you were 6.
Right.
You might have friends around since childhood. You might have gone to high school together.
That's true.
You may have friends you meet, last week, your friends you meet when you're 70, so they can insert into your lives in many different places and in different ways. You meet friends in school, college, job, military, because they're parents to your kids' friends, mm-hmm. Your partner's friends. So there's a lot of different ways they come into our life too. And what's tricky with friendships is that we often, again, are a bit more forgiving and easygoing because it's not as high stakes. So if your friend is being a jerk, you might kind of be like, you're being a jerk, and then you may not have to see them again, or like, I can't be bothered. It doesn't have the high stakes impact of an intimate
it's almost
partner.
like their narcissistic level is tolerable in the increments that you're seeing your friend.
Where a lot of narcissistic friendships get unearthed is if they become your roommate, or you travel with them.
Oh, yeah.
Those are two really revelatory kinds of moments, because it's one thing where you're out for drinks and they're kind of being a bit mean and judgy.
Right.
That's one thing. It's quite another when it's day in and day out, or you're in the intense, like, on a trip and there's lots of decisions to be made and it's unfamiliar. There's a lot of stress around. That's often where the test happens. Also, life isn't uniform. Our lives evolve and develop. One person may get married, one may not. One may move to another country, one may stay put. One may get a high-paying job, one person may get stuck. Really healthy friendships can tolerate all those ebbs and flows, but we do leave people along the way. Once we perhaps have kids, we may not feel as much affinity maybe with childless friends. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, Dr. Remini was dropping some jewels about toxic friendship circles. Listen, this is the voice of reason. I'm live on KBLA Talk 1580, and I don't play no games, and I don't play no favorites. People get upset when I do certain topics. I call the men to the floor, and I call the women to the floor. Do you understand? Everybody's scared to be called to the floor. They want to fight. They want to argue. I don't want to argue. I want to discuss. I want to investigate. I want to have intellectual discussion about the tough topics in relationship. People call and be like, yo, why don't you do the happy stuff? The happy stuff don't need no work. The tough relationship conversations need to be had so we could start creating a pathway out of negative patterns. That's what the voice of reason is for. It's for you to call in and not be judged by having an opinion, an idea, a concept. This is an interactive discussion. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. That's 1-800-920-1580. I had the He Hive after me earlier this week, Monday and Tuesday. The He Hive, the counterpart to the Beehive, because I pose questions. Certain people say, oh, well, you talking trauma and intellectualism and none of that stuff, it matters. The brothers are going out of town to find better women, better options, because we're not respected here. And I was able to listen to the brothers. I was able to give the brothers a platform to speak. That doesn't mean I'm going to agree. The same is true for tonight. Ladies, are your relationship decisions being made by the triangle offense or the 3 M's? The meaning of the 3 M's is manless friends, yo mama, or the media. Is that where you're getting your relationship advice from? If you got toxicity in you, chances are your friendship circle does too. 1-800-920-1580. The triangle offense or the 3 M's. Are you taking advice from the 3 M's? Manless friends, yo mama, or the media? Some people will say, oh, you can't put mama in there. Mama might be toxic. Oh, you don't know anything about the toxic mother-daughter relationship? Okay, cool. What role does toxic sisterhood play in a woman's lack of marriage? If all y'all got an attitude, how you gonna find a man that's gonna deal with you? Ooh. Oh, y'all don't want me to have this conversation? Y'all don't want to have a real conversation. Because when I sit down and talk to women one-on-one, women will outline all the reasons why they don't mess with other women. But if I get on the radio, national radio, and start speaking, oh, you don't like women. You're like Kevin Samuels. No, I'm not. I'm asking a real question. One that needs to be asked. Huh? How does a toxic mother relationship affect a daughter? If your mama is toxic, how does that relationship affect the daughter? Her relationship choices, how she moves in life. Agree or disagree, toxic friendships often go unnoticed. As Dr. Remini said, that's because a lot of people don't attach the same level of expectations, right, to friendships as they do to intimate relationships. Friends cycle in and out of our lives. Friends have that relationship has a different level of freedom, whereas an intimate relationship, you get the problem of ownership. We go together, you belong to me. Whereas with a friend, it's okay, they on their journey, they floating in, they floating out. Man, it's been a long time since I seen you. Good to see you. What you been up to? Ain't know what you been up to in intimate relationships. This is why a lot of toxic friendships go unnoticed. What does a toxic mother-daughter relationship look like? Ladies, call in tonight, 1-800-920-1580. I want to hear your thoughts. How does a toxic mother adversely affect her daughter? How do you break the cycle of toxic friendships? Are some women envious of other women in their circles that have healthy relationships? You in a relationship with a man, it's good, y'all vibing, and one of your friends are low-key jealous? Ladies, have you ever experienced that? 1-800-920-1580. Should a woman in a relationship / marriage limit the number of single friends she has in her circle? Are single friends haters? Low-key silent haters to the friends that they have that are in healthy relationships and or marriages? 1-800-920-15. I gotta ask the question. Are women creating toxic sisterhoods due to oversharing details of every aspect of their intimate lives? 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, the voice of reason will open up the phone lines and I will continue these questions and we will get deeper.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Three-time WNBA champions, the Los Angeles Sparks, jump into their 27th season this summer with the most games ever in league history. Every seat in crypto is an incredible ticket into an experience of world-class professional basketball. Jam-packed with in-game entertainment. Now is the time to get ahead of the holidays. Don't be the person grabbing a gas station gift card. Impress your fam and friends with an unforgettable experience. Secure your seats now at lasparks.com/tickets.
Life is uncertain. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
You gotta be kidding me.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., Join KBLA Talk 1580 in Leimert Park at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be live performances from Brian McKnight, Wapale, Club Nouveau, and more. There'll be food trucks and a diverse array of vendors, along with the attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main stage at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment and what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Leimert and Vernon.
It's a celebration.
This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on, come on now.
We've got a lot to talk about. You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Voice of reason. Come on, man. Tell me I'm not dreaming. Jermaine Jackson and his brother Michael. Tell me I'm not dreaming. Listen, our inner circle, people we trust, friends and family, tend to shape our decisions about relationships. Take the enhancement bias. I want everybody to look that up. The enhancement bias. Now, the enhancement bias is connected to what a lot of clinicians call that first 18 months of the relationship, the honeymoon period. The enhancement bias details this, that within that 18-month honeymoon period, your friends and family have a better bead on the success or failure of your current relationship. Why? Because they're not as invested as you are. You're invested, and you want to see the relationship work. So what tends to happen organically is that both people in the relationship marginalize and minimize the red flags that are present in the beginning because you're more invested in the success of the relationship. You want to see it work. So not only are you marginalizing the potential red flags, you're also aggrandizing the good things about your partner. until, as Dr. Remini explained, when you move in with a toxic friend or when you move in with a toxic lover, that's when things start to be revealed. The challenges start to bubble to the surface. Now, typically, we focus on the partner. But a lot of people don't focus on the toxicity of where the partner came from. If you got toxic friends in your circle, it stands to reason that they may have what? Some level of influence over you. I heard Les Brown say it. I heard Tony Robbins say it. If you want to know why you're not successful, look at your closest 5 friends. Right? So if it applies in that context, look at the friends that are advising you about your love life. If your mama can't acknowledge what she's done to you and your siblings, how is she a part of your relationship inner circle, the council? I know this don't feel right, because one of the most difficult things to do is to see your mother in a negative light. But what about your girlfriends? What about your homegirls? Have you noticed a homegirl that was hating and slightly jealous because you seem to be in love and happy? There's no real evidence that she should be upset. Yes, the enhancement bias works, and I'm going to tell you why. Because studies have shown that the enhancement bias, or with the enhancement bias, your friends and family tend to be more accurate about the success or fail rate of your relationships. But what about if your friends are toxic? Does the enhancement bias still apply? Can manless friends and toxic mothers use gaslighting as a means of breaking up a relationship with a daughter or friend they deem unworthy? That man is not worthy, and I'm going to work. I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to do all kind of things to break this up. And not for a good reason. Yeesh. 1-800-920-1580. Agree or disagree? Friendships are perceived as life's safety net, free of responsibility and seriousness of relationship. For a friendship to be justifiably in question, a betrayal of epic soap opera proportions must occur. Oh, here we go. Fred from Northridge, California. Jump in here, brother.
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
What's up, man?
First of all, I want to thank you so much for helping me evolve, brother.
It's all good. Thank you, brother.
You know, I got that scorched last week. Yes, what I did was sleepy as a young man. I faced up to it. I didn't want to hear it. I was mad as hell. But eventually, I sat up and I looked, and I said, damn, that was kind of sleazy. Okay, I'll accept that.
Well, thank you,
so
Fred.
now that, you know, that's what men do, man. That's why we call in to help us evolve into something better. But let's move on. It's about the sisters, okay? It ain't about me. I mean, misery loves company, but I'm not going to call it misery. It's just that, understand, women have a stronger bond in men. And they're willing to share intimate details that most men wouldn't share with other men. Agree?
I like it. Keep going.
So when you getting 12 different opinions, your sisters, your best friend, co-workers, well, you're going to get different points of views on how, and then, you know, they put it on the scale. You understand what I'm saying? But they do have a universal line that can't be crossed, that, you know, you can't cheat, you can't disrespect them, and you can't put your hands on. So if you're a guy and you have done any of those things, well, of course, her friends are going to defend her. Okay? Now, not even if she put hands on you first. You know? I mean, that's just reality. So as a man, you got to know who you're dealing with. And you get a good idea who her friends is. And, I mean, I was the kind of guy who kind of tried to separate them from their friends because I thought they was a bad influence. But she's a grown woman, and she's going to make up her own mind. And I don't want that resentment, saying, oh, you're trying to lock me away and isolate me and all that, because that make you look like the bad guy. If you're meant to be, you're meant to be. If she can be easily swayed by females, imagine what's going to happen when she comes on that alpha male who sway her at work. So, you just go with the flow. That's all I can say. It's, women are not saying emotional, but they tie into their emotions a little bit better. And emotions are like water. They're fluid. They go one way, they go the other. And the more they think about it, well, the bigger the waves, the more emotional they get.
Yeah.
So, and once they get mad, okay, well, you got boiling water. Now you got, boiling hot water, tidal waves coming on you. And you have to know that, hey, you got to be kind of cool. You got to be rational. Sometimes, like, what was that you said, Bruce Lee? When they attack, you withdraw, and when they withdraw, you attack.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to, if you know your woman, then you know when she ain't feeling it. And I'm not trying to put that on young women or older women, but you got to remember everybody evolves in stages, and sometimes women evolve at different stages. And then when they have, they need a point in their life, depending on their lifestyle. Well, sometimes it can be traumatic to them. Especially if they got a big old ego. If you used to be the woman of the town, now they got the new girls coming in replacing you, and you're looking in the mirror. COVID didn't help at all. It made a lot of women look into that mirror to seek inner strength. You understand? Mirror, mirror on the wall. But at the same time, that ain't healthy either.
Hey, Brother Fred, I appreciate you, man.
Your ego.
I appreciate you for calling in. It's been a long time. Thank you for calling back, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. I'm back.
Yes, sir. And I know this is a difficult topic. Women get quiet when they get called to the floor. Or some women. We're not speaking in absolutes. But some women get quiet when they get called to the floor. But you're not going to be bashed. Let me give you an example. You had a mother or friends that were self-centered. They don't care about your feelings or the feelings of others. They're emotional loose cannons. A lot of people have had mothers and friends that were emotional loose cannons. They overreact and create drama. Have you had a mother and or a friend to overshare? These are toxic traits. They share improper info with you, like details about their intimate lives. They seek control. They're harshly critical. They lack boundaries. Do you have friends and or a mother that are like that? Why do daughters turn against their mothers sometimes? And this is why we did this topic tonight. The triangle offense. Meaning, manless friends, your mama, or the media. Are you taking relationship advice from these sources? And could this, I'm just asking, could this lead to loneliness, singlehood, can't find a man? How do you break up with your toxic circle? Well, first, you're going to have to identify who's toxic in the circle. One of the hardest breakups in your life will be with your mother. Ooh, I know you don't want to hear it tonight. 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, more questions and the phone lines. Yes.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is praising the end of the COVID-19 vaccine mandate for military members. In a statement, the California Republican said the repeal of the mandate is a victory for military members. He added that he's told President Biden to rehire military members who were forced out. A city in rural Arkansas is electing an 18-year-old mayor. Democrat Jalen Smith won his runoff race on Tuesday and will soon lead the city of Earl, which has a population of just over 1,800. The recent high school graduate also becomes the country's youngest elected black mayor. Wordle is Google's top trending search term of the year. Wordle is a popular online game that gives players 6 chances to guess a 5-letter word each day. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Drought, war, and rising food prices have doubled the number of families facing malnutrition. You can help. $50 provides a food kit to feed a family for a month. Just text the word radio to 97646.
Is the pen mightier than the sword?
They say the pen is mightier than the sword. At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to write about. Politics, relationships, business, empowerment, and culture. The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580 has you covered.
That's what it's all about.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
What up, baby?
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP Accident Attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. Our team is in it to win it, and we'll fight to get the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call 833-MVP-WINS.
Call on me, your MVP.
Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare for being KBLA Talk 1580's Office of the Week. Into your business today in the KBLA app or KBLA1580.com for the Office of the Week. Congratulations to Trinity Unlimited Childcare.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
Central Neighborhood Health Foundation is a full-service network of federally qualified health care centers that serves local communities throughout Los Angeles, Riverside, and San Bernardino counties. CNHF clinics provide low-cost to no-cost, compassionate, comprehensive, quality health care, which includes primary care services for chronic disease and diabetes management, pediatric and women's services, preventive care, vision and dental screenings, COVID-19 testing and vaccines, flu vaccines, behavioral health, HIV, and substance use services. Virtual telehealth visits are available from the comfort of your home with highly qualified physicians and medical professionals. CNHF also provides peer support specialist training and help with housing navigation. Central Neighborhood Health Foundation. Your wellness is our priority. Comprehensive care built on trust and respect. For more information, visit cnhfclinics.org or call 213-536-5815 today to locate a clinic near you.
KBLA Talk 1580.
The thrill of victory. The thrill of victory. Thrill of victory. Yeah.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes to congratulate Mayor-elect Karen Bass on her historic win as the first woman and only second African-American to serve as Chief Executive of the City of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Bass, and welcome back to unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. And this is my very first interview, and I am proud that it's here.
We are proud to have you here. What do you want to say to the listeners of KBLA Talk 1580?
I want to say thank you from just, I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community. And I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you. I will be accessible. I will never forget where I'm from, and understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations, Mayor-elect Karen Bass, holding all leaders accountable to you.
No matter who you voted for, no matter who you are or where you live, I will be a mayor for you.
We're KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. We've got a lot to talk about. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580. Casanova, classic, 1987, Levert. My playlist is my co-host. Every man wants a good woman. Every man who has a good woman typically wants that good woman to be his wife at some point. Maybe. Some but all. Some but not all. I will say this, and let me put it in the form of a question. Is it a good decision to leave a good woman who has a bad relationship with her mother? Yeah, kind of tricky, right? Good woman, right? She's educated. She's moneyed. She's traveled. She's cultured. But she's got a mama wound. Can't nobody hear you, girl. What in the world? Arabia in the background talking like, well, what happened was it? But do you understand? I keep trying to tell y'all, two people are not the only thing that are getting married or in a relationship. Wounds are also in the relationship. Wounds. Brother, if you wise, you will step back and say, hey, there's things that need to be dealt with. That's what premarital counseling is for. Let's deal with it. You got to divorce your mama before we can get married. You got to divorce her beliefs, her limiting tool or limited toolbox, or limited beliefs about relationships, her control over you, whatever wounds that this toxic mother-daughter dynamic has created. You can't fully be in a relationship with that hanging over your heart. I could be wrong. 1-800-920-1580. Desiree from Los Angeles, get in here. Desiree, where'd Desiree go? Wait, Desiree's on the line. Where? Andy. Somebody get Andy so we could get this Desiree on the line.
And Andy done went and got lunch.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, honey. Come on in here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Okay. Well, I'm going to start off by saying I love my mom dearly, but she has been controlling since I was able to walk. I was married the first time. She was in the marriage. She made decisions within the marriage. The way that I reared my kids when I got divorced, it was like freedom because I was able to make decisions. But still, financially, she was there to support me and also assist me with the kids. So now that fast forward, my kids, they're young men. So now I completely just, how would you say, just not involve her in any of my daily activities. She doesn't know who I'm dating. Our relationship is very, very, how you doing, and that's it.
But can it be, I don't know. You help me understand this because I don't understand the dynamic. But can it be a little more than that while at the same time maintaining healthy boundaries?
She knows no boundaries at all. And I know it's because I allowed it for so long. Because culturally, and I was going to call in yesterday, because culturally it's common for the kids to stay at home until you're married, and I left when I was 25. So from that point, I wasn't really making all the decisions on my own.
So you were still a bit dependent on mom, so you needed her, and in needing her, that was the gateway or the keys to being able to kind of Geppetto your life a little bit.
Not only that, but I wanted to be that child that she was proud of. So I followed the directions that she put in front of me.
No, you know what's interesting? When you're breaking down some of Dr. Rimini's work, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She talks about the narcissistic mother and how the narcissistic mother will create children that, feel like they've got to prove themselves to their mother. They got to prove that, hey,
absolutely,
I'm reaching this benchmark that you set and beyond because I want you to acknowledge me.
Absolutely.
Now tell me how that desire follows you into your intimate relationships.
Actually, I allow them to actually lead the relationship.
But I'm saying in terms of acknowledgement, in terms of being approved of, because typically what we lack from our primary caregiver, we typically go out into the world in search of it.
Yes, I've been very fortunate to where everything that I try to do, I'm able to attain it. But in my mom's eyes, you're never good enough. She's always raising the bar. So now I'm at the point where I don't care what you think. And we don't have that close relationship to where I can sit down and tell her, like, these are my problems. Can you help me in this way? No. And it's kind of unfortunate that I don't have that relationship with her.
But the question is, would you like one?
Oh, I would love one because I see, friends and that have their relationships with, their parents or their mother, but I don't because I know how she feels, even though, I know culturally it's different, but at the same time, you would think that you would support your child because I consider myself a very supportive parent.
Would she be open to talking with Dr. Jashana Johnson?
Of course. I used to listen to her all the time.
But I'm saying, would you and your mama, or maybe just your mama, maybe it's just mama for a while. Maybe y'all should reach out to Dr. Jashana Johnson. Would she do it if you came with?
I don't think she would do it at all. Because culturally, she's like, no, I'm not going to do it. There's nothing wrong. She doesn't see anything wrong with what she's doing at all.
See, mothers are in a unique position because mothers are like the potter's house. The child is the clay, and typically mom is the potter. She's molding that clay. And any wound she got, any wound she hasn't dealt with, she molds that into the clay of the child. And typically we struggle in relationships. Abandonment issues, anxiety issues, a lot of that stuff comes from dysfunctional relating with mom. Have you ever dealt with any of these things?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so wait, Desiree, because you cooking with grease, and I love you. I love your transparency. You are a champion of the voice of reason. You sit tight. When we come forward, we going back to Los Angeles to talk to the powerful Desiree.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Study reveals barriers to mental health for Black and Latina women in California. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News. A poll conducted by Eviteris, sponsored by Black Women Organized for Political Action and Hispanas Organized for Political Equity, found that 77% of some 800 women participants experience some form of discrimination due to personal characteristic. More than 3 in 5 respondents have had mental health concerns for which they did not seek care. These same women reported often having had negative experiences with providers. 70% of Black women and 54% of Latinas reported racial or ethnic discrimination. Another 59% of Black women and 55% of Latinas report assumptions were made about their income and education levels. 40% of Latinas reported discrimination based on assumptions about their ability to communicate in English, while 28% reported assumptions about their documentation or immigration status. I'm Maisha Cairo, and that's your K-Black Minute News.
Bring in the new year with Ted Williams. He's coming to Ontario in the Toyota Arena December 30th. And in Los Angeles in the Microsoft Theater December 31st.
I don't know what I'm going to do about this light bill. Just hit the blunt one time and see if it don't change your perception of what's important in your life. I don't know what I'm going to do about this life. Them lights. I got 12 candles. I've been waiting to burn them.
He's back with an all-new show. It's the award-winning comedian, Cat Williams.
Just so you knew they was lying, they said some next that don't even make mathematical sense. They said there's a chicken wing shortage, but we got plenty thighs.
Cat Williams with his special guests, Marco, Tommy Davidson, Tony Roberts, Daphne Springs, and Pretty Ricky. In Ontario, get tickets at Ticketmaster. In Los Angeles at AXS.com. Bring in the new year with Cat Williams.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net, and together we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA Talk 1580.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
my playlist is my co-host. Listen, brothers, don't rush in. Sisters, don't rush in. Relationships are one of the most foolish places to hide from yourself. It's like hiding out in the open. Do you understand? A relationship is designed spiritually to reveal what you conceal about yourself. Don't put a rush on yourself to be with someone else when you've got self-work to deal with. If you got a troubled relationship with a mother or a father, or if you've recognized that your friends are toxic, you need to be able to exorcise the demon of that toxicity out of your spirit before you commingle it with someone else. Because that's what happens on an energetic, vibrational, frequency level when you're interacting with someone else. That's what happens. Oh, you're going to wait till the clinical paper comes out to prove all of that. Okay, fine. That's what trauma bonding is. You are dating an unhealed wound. This is really that simple. A lot of people don't recognize that, but that's what it is. They can put on the perfect mask. They can put on the perfect performance. They can have all of the credentials. They could have the status, the resources, everything. But if that wound isn't dealt with, please understand that you're in relationship with that too. What roles does toxic sisterhood play in a woman's lack of marriage opportunities? They could be toxic sisterhood or toxic mama and them. I know nobody wants to see their mama is toxic. I know. Could the toxic relationship with your mother be the reason you have a toxic sisterhood? 1-800-920-1580. I'm finna get to the phone. I see the lines is lit. But nobody want to hear that. You got toxic friends because your mama molded you into the toxic vessel, mirror image of who she is and what she hasn't conquered. And now you got a toxic crew hating on you because you have an opportunity to be with somebody. When we come forward, the phone lines, me and Desiree gonna chop it up some more.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. Ho, ho, ho. KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of Toys benefits concert. Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminding you that when we fight, we win. Community Coalition trains activists and organizers in order to support power building with Black, Brown, Indigenous, and people of color. Community Coalition works to help transform the social and economic conditions in South LA that foster addiction, crime, violence, and poverty by building a community institution that involves thousands in creating, influencing, and changing public policy. Founded by Karen Bass in 1990, Community Coalition was born as an African American and Latino organization with the goal of turning hopelessness and despair into action. The activism of the Community Coalition's members and community residents has almost solely stimulated economic recovery in South LA for decades, generating billions of dollars by redirecting them to South LA schools and foster care. In addition, Community Coalition offers amazing mind, body, soul resources, advocacy, and policy work and has a robust and active membership body. To become a member, get a referral, or get support for your nonprofit, visit cocosouthla.org. That's cocosouthla.org or call 323-750-9087. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ain't there something I can give you in exchange for everything you give to me? Read my mind, you make me feel just fine. When I think my peace of mind is out of reach, the scales
Ladies
are
and gentlemen,
sometimes unbalanced, and you bear the weight of all that has to be.
self-work makes relationship work. Somebody better meme it. Somebody put it, but where are the memes at? I want to see that on Instagram. Self-work makes the relationship work. Oh, Lord. Desiree, get in here.
Yes.
Talk to me. Let me just, I'm going to preface you right now. I'm talking to you now, but I'm going to have to carry you over because I want to give you more space to really build on what you're saying. So finish.
Okay. Just listening to you, I realize that, yes, I try to be that perfect person in my relationship as well. Even with my friendships, I'm very supportive with my friends. I try to do the opposite, what that was done to me.
Have you?
I try to be the opposite.
But do you do it organically, or is it a response to how you were done?
It's a response. It's definitely a response. It's definitely. Because I'm very mindful of it, because I always put myself in that situation like, you know what, I would want to be treated like that.
Oh, man, this is beautiful. Desiree, stay with me, okay? Because I whenever you call, you really just open up and you get vulnerable, and I appreciate it. And we are walking on this journey with you. Just stay with me, okay?
Sure.
When we come forward back to Los Angeles, but we also got New York, we got Atlanta, we got Oakland. We're going to keep the fire lit. We're going to keep this conversation going because we've got a lot to talk about.
And I tell you now that I made a vow, I'm giving you the best that I've got, baby. Yes, I tell you now that I made a vow, I'm giving you the best that I've got, honey.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.